In this lesson, we're going to conclude our unit on solving equations by talking about how to go about solving equations that have variables on both sides of the equal sign. So sometimes you're going to have some problems that have a variable that's on both sides, okay? And we need to know how to deal with that. But basically, it's the same thing as what we have been doing. You just simply add and subtract the terms that contain the variables on both sides of the equation. So you get the variables together on one side of the equation, and you get the constants or the numbers together on the other side. All right. So basically, to solve multi-step equations with variables on both sides, once again, the first thing you do, after you draw your line down through the equal sign, is you're going to combine all of the like terms and clear your fractions on each side of the equation. Then you add or subtract the variable terms to both sides, so that the variable occurs only on one side, and then you get the numbers on the other side by using the inverse operations. Okay, so I usually encourage students to combine the variable terms first. Okay, to get the variables on one side first. But that's what I usually do. But anyways, go ahead and copy this into your notes. All right, so when we have this, we're going to draw our line down through the equal sign. And when we're looking at which variable to move, we could subtract the 9b over here, or we could subtract the 5b over here. I always move the smallest one. All right, so because I don't like negative numbers. I like positive numbers. So we're going to say minus 5b, minus 5b. So the 5b's cancel out on that side. 9b minus 5b is 4b. Bring down the minus 6. Because the 5b's cancel out, we're left with an 18 over here. Then we're just going to add 6 to both sides. All right, the 6's cancel out. We're left with 4b is equal to 24 divided by 4. Okay, once again, just use those inverse operations to do the opposite. And b is equal to 6. All right? The next equation is a slightly more challenging, because we only have the variable on the one side. Okay, once again, the only thing on the right-hand side here is just that x. Okay, and remember, this is a 1x. Okay, that's a 1x. We could subtract your 4 from your 1x. Okay, and that's certainly nothing wrong with that. I would like to subtract the 1x from the 4x, because I like moving the small one. Now, here's a little tricky part. All right, I got to move my side. 1x minus 1x is 0, and we have to put that 0 down, because that's the only thing that we have on that right-hand side of the equation. 4x minus 1x is 3x plus 6. And then you use the inverse operations, subtract 6 from both sides. 0 minus 6 is just simply negative 6. So we have 3x is equal to negative 6 divided by 3. And x is equal to negative 2. All right? All right, so we have this one where we have variables. We have expressions on both sides, two-term expressions. So we're going to move the smallest one, which is the 2b. So minus 2b, minus 2b. All right, so the 2b's cancel out. 3b minus 2b is 1b minus 2 is equal to 12. All right. And remember, 1 times b is just b. So we have b. So we're gonna add the 2 to both sides first. So b is equal to 12 plus 2, which is 14. All right. Last problem. So this is looks a bit more complicated. It's, the thing is, all we have to do is just combine your like terms. All right. So over here we have a 10z minus 4z. So combine those, we end up with 6z, and then bring your minus 15 down, okay, is equal to, here we have a 8 minus 15. 8 minus 15 is negative 7. So we have negative 7. We have a minus 2z. Bring that minus 2z down. Okay, in this case, the variable term comes second. It doesn't matter as long as you have that negative in front of it. All right, so now we're just going to combine the like terms as far as getting the variables together. So we're going to add 2z to both sides. It's the smallest one. All right, add the 2z's. So on the right-hand side, we're left with negative 7. 6z plus 2z is 8z minus 15. Then we're going to add the 15. All right. So 8z. Now be careful here. Make sure you use a calculator or whatever to make sure. Negative 7 plus 15 is actually negative 8. All right, be careful with that. Then we're going to divide by 8. Divide by 8 on both sides, and z is equal to negative 1. All right, so that does it for this lesson. Make sure that you've copied all the notes down that are needed to be copied down, and make sure you ask questions if you have any, and we'll talk to you all later on.